No, of course, the big guy with the following is going to hate that. But a local guy, he probably never gets that. And he's going to jump at the chance. So just believe in yourself, put yourself out there, say, hey, my name's Colin. I did XYZ. I started a company. Now I'm looking to pivot into whatever. I would love to pick your brain and, ask you a few questions. When I was 18 years old and first getting started in business, I knew that I needed a mentor. After all, it's all that I heard, like how to get started in business. Well, you need a mentor. They'll help you become the man you want to be. They'll open doors that you didn't even know existed without them. And I thought to myself, well, that's great, but how the hell do I find a mentor? I'm 18 years old. I don't come from money. I don't have built-in family connections. And well, I'm just getting started, so I don't have many valuable skills. And well, I didn't really know what to do. I felt like step one was getting a mentor. And if I can't even get to step one, then how am I going to succeed in business? Well, fast forward 3 years and I'm in a much better spot now. Thank God I have found a mentor who's decades ahead of me and has helped me out in so many different ways, not only in business, but in life. And I guess today I wanted to make this video to kind of share how you can get involved with a mentor and how you can actually benefit from mentorship. And spoiler alert, that $2,500 mentorship you see from that kid on Instagram with a Lamborghini and a 3-bedroom flex apartment in Brickell, Miami is not going to be a mentor. So I guess I wanted to start this video by saying the number one most important thing with a mentor is that they're going to do it for free. Now, before we talk about this, I want to define what a mentor is. A mentor is not someone you buy a course from. A mentor is not someone you drop $100 to jump on a call and get some advice, right? That's more of a consultant. A mentor is someone who's with you, who is spending time with you, ideally in person. A mentor is someone who's giving you opportunities, and a mentor is someone you will have a relationship for years, if not decades. It's not something money can buy. It is a deeply personal relationship, and it goes beyond just business and it goes into life too. So with that out of the way, that is what a mentor is, a real mentor. So how do you go about finding one? Well, you have to be someone worth mentoring, right? So there's a lot of people who say, oh, well, I'm ambitious and I'm hardworking and I'll do what it takes to succeed, but they haven't taken any of those steps yet, at least not on paper. So, when someone who's decades ahead and wants to give back and wants to mentor the next generation, they want to find a kid who has a track record. Now, this doesn't have to be success. This doesn't have to be, making 10K a month at age 19. But this has to be someone who's put themselves out there without help, without the mentor, without the say-so, without the go for it. Someone who did it on their own and is intrinsically motivated. So the number one thing to finding a mentor is having some kind of resume. Now, it doesn't have to be, like I said, 10K a month. It can be a failed startup, right? It can be a failed company, but as long as you get yourself out there and you try something and you fail, you're willing to fail without that safety net of, my mentor said it's all right. He's going to help me on the next venture. No, you got to do it yourself first. And you've got to have some kind of skill, right? So yeah, maybe that business failed, but you learned something, right? You learned how to sell, or you learned how to create organic content that goes viral. You had to have learned something. Right? You had to have learned something of value. The second part to finding a mentor is to ask for help and to not be afraid to be told you're doing something wrong. A lot of relationships start from just approaching someone, be it online or ideally face to face, and just introducing yourself and, asking for a few pieces of advice. This is just the start of the relationship. So you ask for advice from someone you look up to and respect. It's not going to be someone with 10 million subscribers on YouTube. It's not going to be the hot drop shipping guru, right? It's going to be someone probably in your community who's built a local business or is very high up at a company. It's going to be someone who's more or less a normal guy. They're not going to have a huge following, right? So anyways, make a little list of people that you would like to mentor you. And then start sending out LinkedIn requests. Maybe send some emails. Maybe they go to your church or you see them in person somewhere in your local community. And just start reaching out and introduce yourself and, ask for a bit of advice. And chances are they're going to appreciate you reaching out to them. Why? Because they're not online. They don't have 5 million kids reaching out like, hey man, I want to get into high ticket sales. I want to get into drop shipping. Can you help me? No, of course the big guy with the following is going to hate that. But a local guy, he probably never gets that. And he's going to jump at the chance. So just believe in yourself, put yourself out there, say, hey, my name's Colin. I did XYZ. I started a company. And now I'm looking to pivot into whatever. I would love to pick your brain and, ask you a few questions. That's the beginning of the relationship, right? So they're going to give you some advice. No matter what you think of the advice, you are going to implement it immediately. You are going to implement that advice. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, however long it takes for you to use the advice and see some results, you're going to want to follow up with them, and you are going to want to thank them again for the advice. And then you are going to give them a little bullet point summary of how that advice specifically helped you, how you implemented that, and then thank them again and either try to set next steps or leave the door open for feedback. And then the ball's kind of in their court. And chances are it's just kind of going to naturally snowball into a closer relationship. Maybe you'll start with like a weekly phone call, or you'll keep exchanging email. Maybe you'll meet up for coffee. And then from there, it's really just, I can't help you that much. It's just your social skills. And it's just whether or not you get along with that person. And then that is what the actual mentorship relationship is going to look like. But, right, those 2 steps, that's how you get your foot in the door. That's how you find a mentor that's going to help you. So hope you found this helpful, because this was something that I struggled with for so long. And I was eventually able to find a mentor, help me out a ton. Highly recommend it to any young gun looking to get started in business. So that's all I got for you today. I hope you found this valuable. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you next week.